I'm Travis, and I'd like to tell you a story and share a little something with you this morning. About 12 years ago, I had a wife at the time who decided the grass was greener on the other side. So she started a relationship with a merchant neighbor there in Spring, Texas. Now, I was blindsided by the whole thing and pretty much in shock when it happened. So here's the story. There was a man in Old Town Spring who had around 25 years of sobriety, and he and his wife at the time owned a silver shop and lady lingerie shop in Old Town Spring. Well, one day, the day or two after I found out about it, about the relationship going on and that this man and my wife were sleeping together, I was just totally in shock and wounded and hurt and felt bad. So I was going to walk over to, I went over to the Spring group to keep up with my recovery. And this man was out in the parking lot and had several of his entourage around him, several fellas there, and he said, "Hey y'all, you want to hear something funny? Travis's wife was coming over to my shop and buying sexy lingerie for her new boyfriend with Travis's credit card." Like that was real funny. Well, I took it at that time. I knew that a lot of people just talk the talk but didn't walk the walk, and I saw then that he was one of them. But here's one of the things that's kind of baffling. The guy has 35, 36 years now. Seen me every day for a while after that, and to this day, he has never come up to me and said something like, I did this, this, and this, and I was wrong, and I'm sorry. Which to me is part of what we're supposed to be doing. And so that told me and tells me that he ain't doing nothing but talking the talk. Because he sure ain't walking the walk. Some of y'all probably know this guy. He's from Boston. Now let me tell you another story about people not, walking the walk. More years ago than that, many years back, I had a girl living in a rent house of mine, and one day she starts telling me all this stuff. She ain't going to pay rent until I fix the electricity. Well, there wasn't nothing wrong with the electricity. I had lived in the house 10 years prior to that, and everything was just like I lived in it, and it worked fine, and no hazard or nothing. And one day I noticed that in the breaker box there were little tags with numbers of where each wire went, and I knew I didn't do that. Well, I was in my shop one day, and this guy named Elmer came in, and he said, "Travis, if you ever want to rent that house out, if what's her name moves out, I'd like to rent it." I said, "Do you know about my rent house?" I said, "How do you know about my rent house?" He said, oh, me and Matt go over there every Wednesday night and visit on our way to EAI for the step study. I said, oh, okay. Well, then I figured it out. This Matt fella, he was a electrician. Those tags in that meter, and this girl coming up saying all this about the electricity. Tags in the breaker box, coming up talking about all this electricity problems. Well, I got Matt. Took him out in the parking lot over there at the place, and I said, you been messing with the electricity at my rent house? And he said, rent house? I didn't even know you had a rent house. Well, that's funny, because Elmer knew. He said Matt and him went over there every Wednesday on the way to the EAI. I knew he was telling a bald-faced lie. And then again, here it is. He'll come in my shop about once a year and ask how much a so-and-so chip is for his brother or something. He said, I'll be back and get it. Well, he never comes back and get it, but that don't surprise me because I know now he's a liar. But to this day, same thing. He's never come to me and said, man, I lied to you, I'm sorry. And you know, the whole deal wound up, that girl held out. I was only charging $300 a month at that time. She held out 2 months rent and then moved out. It cost me $600. All because this guy got in my business. And then he chose to lie about it. And these people walk around thinking that that I'm so dumb I don't have an inkling of a clue that they're assholes. Boston Jim just grins and says hi to me every time he sees me. Like he's wonderful. The other Matt, he holds his head up high. Acts like he's just overflowing with recovery. But see, I listen with my eyes. And a lot of times, it don't balance. Thank you very much.